Hi, everybody. I wanted to welcome you all tonight to our Healthy Living Revolution Zoom event. My name is Carolyn Russ, and I will be hosting along with Deb Corder, Terry Akbush. Someday you'll teach me how to say your name correctly. And Sandy Trissler will be the primary people sharing tonight. Did I get everybody? Deb Corder, Sandy Trissler, Terry. So we're here on a mission to inspire healthy living. And this call is going to be relaxed. We hope it's fun for you. There's nothing for you to buy or sign up for. This is just information and stories. And I think the stories are our favorite part. And they'll help you understand more of what we're about. So as we go through this, you might think of someone else in your life who needs this too, the information. And thanks for coming. Sit back and enjoy. And I'm going to let the rest of the crew take off.
So yeah, I'm glad everyone's there tonight, and there's no doubt that being healthy today can be challenging. Just listen to the news or walk down the aisles of the supermarket, and it's really hard to figure out what to do about your health. One of them is not texting and driving, and other parts are paying attention to your nutrition. But how do we look good and feel good and live a long life? It's confusing. So I'd like to introduce you to the movement that we're all involved in, along with thousands of other people, called the Healthy Living Revolution. It's a unique community where together we're taking our health back, and we're trying to make it fun ways, simple ways, and very doable ways. And the goal of the Healthy Living Revolution is to come alongside families like you who want better health. We want to meet you right where you are and help make simple, positive changes. So we usually talk about 3 different doorways when we talk about the Healthy Living Revolution. And one of them is free resources, nutritional support, and our organization, which is an amazing company. The team of the Healthy Living Revolution has created a selection of awesome resources for all of our families to use. We have a great cookbook with really tasty recipes, and they actually taste good. I've tried several of them and am trying to try more of them. We have short webinars on trending health topics. And as we go along our health topics, we supplement that with our couple of nurses we have on our team. And we have a home fitness series and our Start Strong program, which is designed to raise up a generation of active, healthy children. And if you want to look at any of these resources, ask the person who invited you to this call, and we'll link you to that Healthy Living Revolution website. Nutrition, we know, is the support or is the foundation of our health. And it's the most important thing that we can do in our lives. The best source of nutrients is plants. Listen to the news every day. There's whole food this and whole food that, and the only way that you can combat the toxins are with antioxidants, which is in plants, fruits and vegetables. We need to flood our bodies with these fruits and vegetables and berries, not just once in a while, but every day. They're critical. We need to be eating 7 to 13, maybe it's 9 to 13 servings every day of fresh fruits and vegetables, a wide array of them. And think about it. How many have you eaten in the past week, and how many contain that wide variety, that rainbow of colors? So even the best eaters need help. And that's why we're here and why we're so thankful for the nutritional support of Juice Plus. And my friend Terry is going to talk a little bit more about the products that we have available for us. Terry.
Great, thanks, Deb. So yes, I'm going to talk about Juice Plus. So what is Juice Plus? Juice Plus is over 30 different raw, vine-ripened whole foods that have been put into capsules or chewables. Juice Plus is non-GMO. It's NSF certified to be pure, which means that it's free from pesticides, herbicides, mold, bacteria, toxins, heavy metals. Anything that you would not want to find in your food you will not find in Juice Plus. So what I like to say is that Juice Plus is my salad in a capsule. So how does that work? How does all of that nutrition, all of that produce get into this little capsule? So what happens is that the produce is picked at peak ripeness. And this is very important because the majority of the nutrition in produce comes to fruition during the last 48 to 72 hours on the vine. And if you think about produce that you buy in the supermarket, they have to pick that long before it's ripe, because otherwise by the time it got to us, it got to the shelves, it would be mush, and then we wouldn't want to purchase it, we wouldn't want to eat it. So that's very important that it's picked at peak ripeness and put into the capsules very quickly after that. So the nutrient content in Juice Plus, the produce in Juice Plus, is much greater than that of what you're getting in the grocery store today. So once it's picked, it's then ground up, juiced, using the whole food. And now the whole food, we talk about whole foods, really means the whole piece of fruit. So it's the stems and the leaves and the seeds when they can use it, and it's all put into the capsule. And why this is so important is that a lot of the nutrition is found in some of these parts of the fruit and vegetable that we don't normally eat. For instance, an orange, about 80% of the vitamin C in an orange is in the orange peel. So if we're not eating orange peels, which I don't do that very often, if ever, I'm missing out on 80% of the nutrition in that piece of fruit. So then the mixture is gently dried at low temperatures, which preserves the active enzymes, and put into the capsules or the chewables. Now the chewables, I'll show you the bag real quick. So the capsules I showed you before, this is has a powder, fruit, vegetable, and berry powder. Same ingredients are in the chewables, but it's in a gummy form, so that for somebody who isn't comfortable swallowing capsules, or for children, it's a great alternative. And it's just a good snack. So one of the things I like about Juice Plus is that it's scientifically proven. So the Juice Plus company spends a lot of money to, spends a lot of time working with organizations to do research and prove that, Juice Plus is as great as we all say it is. We have 38 published studies in medical journals, peer-reviewed third-party medical journals, the Journal of Pediatrics, the Journal of Nutrition, just to name a few of them, that prove that, Juice Plus is so effective in keeping us healthy. Now, another great thing is that Juice Plus is considered a food. It's not a vitamin. It's not a vitamin supplement. And as such, it has a nutrition label. So I know most of you are driving, so hopefully you're not looking. But it has a nutrition label, just like if you were to buy a bag of broccoli or carrots at the grocery store. It's an FDA-approved label. Has no warning labels. Juice Plus is safe for anybody. It's safe for pregnant women, nursing moms, elderly, athletes, young children. Anybody can take Juice Plus without having to worry about it. And there are no contraindications with any medications, which is huge, because we don't want to have to worry about, eating something that's going to interact with a medication. So the three blends that we have are the fruit blend, the vegetable blend, and the berry blend. And that's what we call our trio. And then we have a new wonderful product, which is a plant-based omega. So this is, rather than fish oil, what we've done is gone right to the source of the omegas. And that is where the fish get the omegas, is the algae. So rather than having to worry about sustainability with killing fish and, and mercury toxins and heavy metals, we go right to the algae. And then they also add tomato seed oil and pomegranate seed oil, sea buckthorn oil. I don't even know what that is, but it's very good for you. So you have the wide array of omegas, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And that is a plant-based product. All of our products are vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free. So those are the capsules. And then we also have, I'm trying to reach, Complete. This is our protein shake, plant-based, gluten-free again, dairy-free, vegan, high fiber, and it has a low glycemic load. So it's great for somebody who's, worrying about their sugar, diabetics. The Complete line also has Complete bars, which are basically like a granola bar, good for on-the-go nutrition. Oh, and I like for the shakes, it's really good for, post-workout recovery, or, a meal replacement if you want to add in, a bunch of frozen fruit and spinach and whatnot. And then the last product, we don't have a lot of products, but the products we have are just so great, and they're all, the purpose of all of our products is to get more fruits, vegetables, and berries into people's diets. So the last is the Tower Garden, which is a way that you can grow your own produce. So it's an vertical aeroponic growing system that doesn't use any soil. You don't have to weed it. Very little space, little water, and it's a great way to grow your own produce year round, actually, because they do have lights that you can put on the tower, so you can grow vegetables, in your basement in the wintertime. So if you're interested in that, the person who invited you can tell you more about the Tower Garden. So that is it for the products. And I just want to briefly talk about my experience, my family's experience with Juice Plus. So we have been taking Juice Plus for about 2 years now. And we learned about it actually from Carolyn at a convention that we were at for our children. We both have children with special needs. And what intrigued us was a few different things. First, my son didn't eat, and still doesn't eat, too many fruits and vegetables. And I was constantly, feeling this mom guilt that I wasn't getting the nutrition that he needed into him every day. But he's a picky eater, and he is just not going to do it. And you have to pick your battles. How much are we going to fight with them to try to get them to eat? Sometimes it's easier. Okay, fine, just chicken nuggets. Just whatever. So I knew that by getting Juice Plus into his diet, it was an easy way to do it, and I didn't have to worry. I still, of course, wanted to eat fruits and vegetables, but I knew he was getting the nutrition from 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries every day. So I could kind of rest easy that at least, nutrition-wise, he was getting what he needed. And then the other thing that we were really looking for, and we ended up getting, was help with his intestinal system. He was chronically constipated and was on Miralax every day for years and years and years. And after about 4 months of being on Juice Plus and just getting this, flooding his body, getting this nutrition, he became regular and no longer needed Miralax. And that was huge, because he was so uncomfortable, and we had to worry when we went out that he wasn't gonna, we would go out to dinner and he would miss all of dinner because he would be in the bathroom. And it was just, it was so unfortunate. So now he says, I need my Juice Plus, Mom, you didn't give me my Juice Plus today, because he knows that it's so helpful for him. And then I've had just great benefits with it, energy-wise, and I used to be borderline anemic, and my doctor told me I was going to have to take iron supplements until I went through menopause. And about a year into taking Juice Plus, I decided to stop taking my iron supplements, and I went for my physical this year. And she said, well, everything looks good. Your numbers are so great, and you're not anemic, and this and this. And I said, I used to be anemic. And she said, I know you did, and I know you're taking your Juice Plus. So that was a victory for me, because now all I take is Juice Plus. I don't have to take any supplementation. So that is my Juice Plus story. Sandy, you want to share yours?
There, I have to unmute myself to do that. So we found out about Juice Plus about 10 years ago, and our son was having seizures. He was having electrical shocks to his brain once per second, 24/7. And his brain was a mess. His EEG was really, really abnormal. And he was going to the Nicholas School. It's a special school for neurological development. And there they had a presentation. Carolyn had hosted it, and Wendy McGlon had done the presentation on how to get your kids to eat more fruits and vegetables. And I went in there not knowing anything, and I went in there not knowing why I was even there, because we ate pretty healthy already, or I thought we did. And, we ate real food, so I thought we were eating pretty healthy. And Joey was on a ketogenic diet. He couldn't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. And I went in there saying to myself, I don't know why I'm here, but it was a total God thing. And I was so glad we did, because I found out about a product that was extremely low in carbohydrate, so low in carbohydrate that it would fit into the ketogenic diet for seizure control, which is a crazy, crazy low carb diet. And he would be able to get fruits and vegetables into his body with almost no carbohydrate. And it made such a difference that within 3 weeks, we were seeing the light bulb come on. We were just seeing his brain come back to life, and it was amazing. So I'm a skeptical person. You have to prove things. And I'm like, nah, it can't be. But after 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and he was just getting better and better. So we decided to wean him off a med he'd been on for over 5 years. He had no breakthrough seizures, which is amazing. And he was able eventually to get off all of his meds, get off that diet, and he is now seizure-free, has been for 10 years, ever since he started on Juice Plus. He's been seizure-free, and he's had 4 normal EEGs, and doctors told us that would never happen. So he's had 4 normal EEGs, and Joey really wants to go down to that first guy who told us that would never happen and just plunk these results in front of him and say, oh, yeah. So I met with Carolyn. I called her after about 3 months, and I said, hey, is there any way I can get this at a better price? Because I really want to put my whole family on it. And she said, yeah. So she met with me, and she saw Joey. And instead of being really foggy and kind of a gazer, like, you know, he went right up to her. He said, hi, Mrs. Russ. It's my birthday today, and my mom got me some Ohio State tennis shoes at Walmart today. She just took me to get them. You want to see them? And she was like, I can't believe this. So he went out and got the shoes, and she said, is he always like this now? I said, yeah, pretty much. She said, oh my gosh, I just want to cry. She said, I knew it would help him, but I didn't know it'd be this fast, and I didn't know it'd be this much. So, and he was like a different kid, and he has been ever since. Joey is now graduating. He was at the Career Center for 2 years. Then he was at Project Search, which is a special job training program for kids with disabilities. And now he's working full-time, very full-time. So she showed me the marketing plan, and I said, well, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to ask my husband about this. I mean, okay, I have 5 kids. I was homeschooling them. One of them special needs Joey on a ketogenic diet. I didn't need anything else to do. But when my husband looked at it, he said, you know, I think you should do this. I said, you do? Are you kidding? He said, no, you. If something works, you tell everybody. You may as well get paid for it. And I went, okay. But the more I looked into the product, you guys, and the company behind it, it's amazing. The product is amazing. The company is amazing. The research is amazing. And like I said, I'm skeptical, and I thought this is too good to be true, but it's not. It's the real deal. It's way cool. So about 6 months after Joey went seizure-free on Juice Plus, I found out that that inflammation is a huge factor in epilepsy. It's a huge factor in seizures, because seizures, the excess electrical activity, cause inflammation in your brain. Much like if you were going like this once per second, you know, this would become red and inflamed. Well, the same thing happens in the brain. And so that's a huge factor, and it gunks up the electrical pathways, all that inflammation, and then that causes more seizures, and then the seizures cause more inflammation, which causes more seizures. So it's a really nasty cycle, and we think that what happened was that it broke that cycle and allowed his brain to heal. But see, what I didn't realize then was that inflammation is really at the root of like everything. It's at the root of like every disease. Every disease has an inflammation factor, huge inflammation factor. So much so that when they take your SED rate and it's really high, they say that you have multiple disease processes going on because it's inflammation. That's a marker of inflammation. And Juice Plus, several of the studies shows that reduces inflammation. So we think that that's what happened with Joey, but that's also what happens with disease in general. So that's why this is so cool, which is why I wanted so much to share it with other people, because I've always been a helper person. I've always been one to help people with health. And before I started sharing Juice Plus, you guys, I was spending hours every single day helping moms of kids on the ketogenic diet calculate meals or troubleshoot, you know, why they were still having seizures at such and such a ratio. And I wasn't getting paid a dime for that. I just wanted to help. So I know that I would be sharing this even if I never got paid a dime for it. But my husband was right. If something works, I tell everybody I may as well get paid for it. So who's the next person? Carolyn?
That's me. let me get me up here. I get so ingrained in your all stories that I just forget where I am, and I think we ought just close this thing up and go home because you guys do such a great job. And I've heard that story about Joey. I can't tell you how many times, and I'm still just sitting here with my mouth open, humbled that I got to be a part of that story. And so, thanks. Just thank you for sharing.
You guys, I have to say this part of that story is that just a couple of years ago, when Carolyn was up here in Sydney at a funeral of a friend's son that we were at, Joey said, "Mrs. Russ, would you come here? I want to introduce you to some of my friends." And he brought her over and he introduced her as the lady who saved his life. That's what it does. That's what this does.
Yeah, thanks. So I just don't know whether I can trump that one or not, but I'll do my best. How's that? So we've heard some great product stories. I'd like to share a little bit with you about the Freedom Revolution, and that is our virtual franchise opportunity. And my story is both a health story and a possibility story. So the mission of the Juice Plus Company is to bring freedom through improved health. Now, what did that look like for me? That looked for me like 13 years ago, this month, thank you very much, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I was terrified, and a friend reached out to me and invited me to a wellness presentation. And I thought I ate healthy because I didn't eat bologna on white bread. I was like Sandy's family. I mean, we ate real food. I mean, we did eat our share of French fries, I'm sure, taking kids around to different stuff, but I thought we ate healthy, but nobody had told me about flooding my body with fruits and vegetables. So I didn't have a clue. And it's still really hard sometimes for me to believe how powerful fruits and vegetables really are. And so, most of the people who are consumers of Juice Plus, they're happy to be customers. But I was facing a serious health crisis, and I needed my whole family to take Juice Plus. And so I registered with the company right away. I was like, Sandy, if you buy enough of this stuff, you get a discount, And when I took it to my oncologist, and she looked at let's see how we do this. She looked at the label. Here's the label. Got to find the camera. There. Here we go. And I said, can I take this during chemo? And she said, yeah, you can take it during chemo. It'll fill in the nutritional gap. And I went, so have you been to one of their things? And she said, no, I can read the label. It's a nutrition fact label. It's just food. I was like, oh yeah, I guess you're a doctor. You can do that. So I've been eating Juice Plus for 13 years. Juice Plus has been, is, always will be my hope in a capsule. And so I went through treatment and came out the other side, and I really could finally feel a difference. I didn't feel much except going through treatment. You just don't. So I'm grateful that somebody stepped out of their comfort zone, reached out to me and said, have you ever heard of Juice Plus? So most of what we do is we tell our stories, and we love telling our stories. And some people go, well, I need the best possible price. So we're paid well. We love doing customer care. We're on a mission. We love inviting people to join our mission. And this is a unique company. What I personally needed, I needed a place to learn how to eat better, how to live better. Somebody would say, you need to walk a mile a day. Well, I'm like, why? I always have to know why. So this is a great place to learn too. And so we offer solutions, and we give people hope. And sometimes we give people more hope than I ever thought was able to give. And, but it's not just for health. That can be more hope for a secure financial future. Like Sandy, my husband looked at the marketing plan and said, Carolyn, you would be crazy if you don't do this. And I'm like, really? But it's so much more than pills. It's this community, and we have fun together, and we enjoy empowering people. And this is so much not just pills, and it's like no other marketing plan or company out there, because what we're doing is we're changing people's lives. You know, how many people do you know that could tell a story like Sandy's story? Or that we have multiple stories that people tell from time to time on this call, and the opportunity to change somebody's health for the rest of their life is just crazy. And so it's not just a sale, and that's why we enjoy doing customer care, because we get to have a relationship with people to ensure that they have the best possible experience. So let me tell you a little bit about the Juice Plus company so that you feel comfortable about who they are. We're 50 years old. We still have the same president, and our founder, Jay Martin's at the helm, and privately held, debt-free. We are a multi-billion-dollar company. And one of the things that really attracted me, because I was a stay-at-home mom, and I hadn't worked since my kids were born. And so for me to think that there was an opportunity to own my own company or my own franchise, and at the same time work through the marketing plan, reach the highest leadership position in the company, and achieve an entire benefit package equal to what my husband in corporate America has, that was not on the radar for me. I couldn't have even fathomed that. But there is. So at the highest leadership position of the company, there is a benefit package that's medical, dental, vision, disability, life insurance, long-term care insurance, chiropractic, prescription, tuition assistance, a holiday bonus, and a monthly expense allowance, which you don't even have to turn your receipts in for. So let me tell you what, that benefit package has made a huge difference in our life, because I get to retire my husband this year. I mean, we have been talking about it for a really long time, and we're going to make it happen. And he's just the whole thought that I could contribute financially in a major way was totally beyond my wildest dreams. So not only do we inspire healthy living, but we also do healthy giving. And so the biggest thing that we do that is really, really inspiring to me is the Children's Health Study, because we're committed to make sure that the next generation is healthy and their children are healthy, because we're in a health crisis in this country, and it's starting at younger and younger ages. But the other thing that we do that I love is that we are the title sponsor of the St. Jude's Marathon in Memphis. And it's a whole weekend. Someday I want to go. We've raised millions of dollars for St. Jude's, and the employees at corporate go in and volunteer their time, and it's amazing. So there's more that we do out there. I'm not going to take time to talk about that. If you want to know more about that, we're, as you can tell, always glad to share a story. So that's kind of my business story. The thing that really has stood out to me recently is I think the thing that has just become crystal clear for me is we're not selling something that people don't need. We're sharing and developing relationships with people so they can be healthy. And we're changing people's lives. And we're giving people's kids back to them. And it's not just Joey's story, but it's multiple stories of children who have been ill. I had a little boy, his grandparents lived next door to me, and when he was 2, he was diagnosed with cancer, and he went through horrendous treatment. And I just talked to his grandmother this week. It was 5 years ago, and he's totally cancer-free and totally in remission. And the first call that they made when he was diagnosed was to me, and that's really humbling. So, not to get too overwhelmed here, I want to thank you all for joining us. We'll turn the recording off in a second and offer a time for questions if you have some. There are a couple of things that people want could or might want to do after hearing this presentation. Some people are ready to take off. They're ready for the next step. You want to get involved in the the Healthy Living Revolution, or you may be ready to add Juice Plus. The cost is $2 or $3 a day. It's less than that. One of the things that we haven't talked about yet is that we have a program that if an adult takes Juice Plus, a child can get it free for up to 4 years. I was talking to somebody today and she said, well, you know, this boy's 19 and he could only have it for a year, but he's starting college. I went, no. If you're in college, so it's age 4 through high school or in college, you can get it free for 4 years. So you could be a senior in college and still get your stay on the Children's Health Study. I have a family and their son is a baseball player and he graduated from college and he's trying to make it in the minor leagues right now, and he wouldn't be a day without his Juice Plus, so that's really fun. So it's the best nutrition you can get into busy families. It takes away guilt. We've talked about that, and it's the most convenient and affordable way to do that. Some people may need to earn some income, or maybe they need to pay for their product like I did, and there's an opportunity here to earn a stable residual income and to expand your options while helping other people. And so the Freedom Revolution gives parents financial peace of mind so that they can do mom and dad care instead of daycare. Maybe hardworking professionals, they want to build a second line of income so that they can eventually leave their job and build their own dreams instead of somebody else's. College kids, they're so much fun. They can build a side gig instead of flipping hamburgers someplace. And create residual income, and they know they can count on a check of $300 to $500 every month, and what a difference that makes for them. And empty nesters, they can increase their retirement so that there's enough to enjoy life. They're not penny pinching, and they can also give to their kids and their grandkids. So all that takes place in this simple system that's a positive, fun community, and we call it our Juice Plus family. So you might ask yourself, who do I know who needs to hear about this? What if Juice Plus could help them? And if you do think of someone, we'd love for you to invite them to the call next week. We do this call every single week. We want to get more people involved so that we have more stories to tell. And so after we're done, the person that invited you can hook you up to the Healthy Living Revolution website link, and we'll touch base. And I just want to thank all of you for coming tonight. It's an honor and a privilege for each of us to be able to share our own story with you, and we appreciate that you took time to listen to them. Thanks. Stop recording.